friends.
This is Miss Andrea and
Bianca
from the Hickory Corner branch of the Mercer County Library System. And today we're going to make a fun art project. It's called floating chalk art. And I'm going to show you my sample here. Bianca, do you want to show them your sample? Nice. Okay, so there's a bunch more in front of us here. So let's go ahead and put that down and let's tell all of our friends what they're gonna need for this project. You're gonna need something to put some water in, something big enough to hold a sheet of paper, even a half sheet of paper. I'm using half sheets of paper. And so you're just gonna wanna fill it with water. You don't even need to fill it all the way to the top. And then you're gonna need some paper. I am using resume paper today. So I had this resume paper laying around. Don't worry, it's like 15 or 16 years old. I'm not sending resumes anywhere. So this paper is great because it's made from 100% cotton, so it works really well when it gets wet. Regular printer paper will work. So you need your paper, scissors if you're gonna cut it to size. Then, since it's floating chalk art, you're gonna need some chalk. This is just some sidewalk chalk. The darker colors really work better. So, Bianca, do you want to hold this green and I'll show them this green? So this green is this green is a bit lighter in color, and this green has more pigment. This one actually worked out a lot better. So the things that have the darker pigment, like this reddish orange or the red, or even, honestly, even black, worked really well with some of our prints. So you want that nice dark pigment to show up once it's floating in the water. Okay, so you need your chalk, and then you're gonna need something to grate your chalk with. And the best things that we found were a plastic knife, and that's why it's safe for the kids, or a microplane. This worked really good. This is great for grating spices and doing lemons, in your cooking, but it worked great for chalk because you want it to be nice and fine so it floats on top of the water. Paper towels will be helpful, or making sure that your table is covered with like a beach towel or something, because they will be wet when you pull them out of the water. And if you want, you can even get out your blow dryer, have that safely off to the side away from the water, because that'll help you dry your prints at the end. Okay. Are you guys ready to see how we do this? It's really easy. So Bianca is going to use the plastic knife. What color did you want, honey?
Green.
The dark green? Okay. So I'm just gonna show you, I've already gone over this with her. When you use the plastic knife, even though it's not that sharp, you still wanna be very careful. Okay, so you're gonna want to grate it away from your fingers, okay? Start at the top and go down, and always go away from your fingers. Okay, can you do that over the bowl? Away from your fingers, into the bowl. Great, and I'm gonna use my microplane. What color do you think would look nice with the green?
How about purple? That looks really Halloween-y.
It's my favorite color too. Matches my shirt today. So I'm just gonna grate it back and forth. And can you see that it's floating on the water there like that? Can you see as it goes down? Oh, right. Oh, nice. Great, look at that floating there like that. All right. Okay, so we get a little bit more green. So the plastic knife takes a little bit longer, but that's okay. So I'm going to then take the green, float that in with the purple. So we've got two different colors.
Really
you can tap it off. Boop, boop. Now all you're gonna do is take your sheet of paper. You wanna help me? Take the other side. And you're gonna very gently place it on top. And you can even swish it around just a little bit. You don't wanna sink it. You just wanna swish it around a little bit. Okay, let's pull it out and show our friends. Whoa, do you guys see that? Okay, and that's where the paper towel comes in handy, because you're gonna wanna tap it out like that. Let me tap the other side. See? And that's what we made. All right, so if you wanna dry it, what you can do is you can move your bin of water off to the side, and you can get out your blow dryer, and then you could just turn on a low setting, and you can just go ahead and dry it, and that'll make it dry a little bit faster. All right, so, I noticed something a little different about the water now. What do you see in the water?
Why is the chalk at the bottom now, Mommy?
That's a really good question. The chalk is actually all at the bottom now. Can you see that on the video, how it went all the way to the bottom? I think we're gonna have to ask Miss Chrissy about that. All right, well, I'm gonna let Miss Chrissy explain to you why our chalk sunk to the bottom.
So Bianca wants to know, why did the chalk settle down to the bottom? Why did it sink? That's a great question. Let's investigate it. And to do so, we have to first ask, well, why did it float to begin with? Well, that's because of surface tension. So what's surface tension? Surface tension is almost like a skin on the top of the water. And that's because of water's cohesive properties. What does that mean? Well, cohesive is kind of like a word you might have heard before, adhesive, like tape or a Band-Aid are adhesive, they stick. Cohesive is that they all want to come together to form a whole. So they all stick together. So the water molecules want to stick together because of their cohesive properties. But the water on top doesn't have any water molecules pressing down on it. Whereas from the ones underneath have the ones on top and the ones on the side. So up top, that layer just has the molecules on the sides and on the bottom, which means it forms a really strong bond with those molecules, creating this tension on top. But when I break the tension, all the chalk starts to sink because it is more dense than the water, so it's going to sink down. And that's because I disturbed the tension. I say I broke it, but it's not really broken. If I was to grate some more, let's give it a try. It floats again, it stays on the top. So that surface tension is still there, but when I move it around, I'm disturbing the surface tension. Okay? And that allows the chalk to sink down to the bottom. Like I said, it's more dense than the water. And you can learn more about density by watching Miss Andrea's video about things that sink or float, or watching my video about buoyancy. So now you learned about surface tension, and I hope you have fun making some chalk pictures yourself.